Hi Taurus, welcome to your 2020 Twin Flame Soulmate Love Forecast. Let's get to it. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for your support. We did it. We hit 1,000 and onward and upward from here, right? I just so appreciate you for being a part of it. This January 2020 is about releasing old patterns that have weakened us throughout 2019 and building on stronger foundations going forward. So it's a 4-year, it's a pretty powerful year for getting like more solid ground underneath us. So this reading will reflect upon that. Again, it is for the general collective of Taurus energy, so it may not resonate with everybody. That's okay. Just take what works and leave the rest. You may also want to watch the videos for your rising sign, your moon sign, your Venus sign. Okay. So I'm pulling 2 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle for you here, Taurus, and one represents where you've been poised. 2019, you were poised and ready for this year. That's what I think. And where you're headed in 2020, the fates. If the fates allow. Wow, beautiful, beautiful energy. Let me go ahead and just read a little bit so you get a flavor of where you've been. I know you know where you've been. I'm not saying that, but this is with regard to relationships, and so it's the kind of reading I'm doing. This card, 48, poised. When you're confident and happy in your own skin, you are ready for deeper, more intimate relationships. You have nothing to prove right now. You are completely yourself and can handle anything. Love, friendships, and harmonious new connections are all present now or are coming in. You're ready to give and receive from the heart. This is a beautiful place to be. So I feel this is what you worked on in 2019, is being poised and ready to receive a beautiful, special, divinely guided connection, a fated connection, the fates. Card 17. Wow, Taurus, my energy I kind of feel like I just fell into my heart center. I really do. That was just a nice little shift I just experienced. Always kind of hard to shift from my Aries reading to Taurus. Fire, 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 pew, 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 Taurus. All right, the fates here, Taurus. Other people are who they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and not try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally, for each of us is on our own journey and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated and you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. So I feel like this is saying, now that you've been poised for this connection, when it comes on your path, don't try to shove it into a mold of what you want it to be. Allow it what spirit intends it to be, and just have the confidence of knowing that it's part of fate. It's part of your destiny, whether you stay in the connection or not. It's fated. There's something to be learned here, which is true of all relationships, quite frankly. But I feel that there's a special hidden message there. Okay. So now, I'm doing I'm going to look at divine masculine and divine feminine, but I'm not really identifying who's who. That's for you to do. And you'll know as I pull the cards which energy you fall out on. Now, let's say you're a woman and you're like, oh my God, I'm totally the divine masculine here. That's fine. It doesn't mean you're the divine masculine in the relationship forever. It just means that this is a snapshot in time and it's the energy you're coming forward with right now in the moment that you're watching this. You don't have to watch this at 2020, the new year. You could be watching this in 2030 for all I know. If you find the message and you receive the message and it's your message, it's your message. Okay, divine masculine stepping forward, 5 of Swords. Wow. Divine Feminine, strength, persevering, overcoming an obstacle or a challenge. Now I'm looking at past, present, future, 2019, how this person, how Divine Masculine closed out 2019, and then what's on the path for 2020, and I'll do the same for Divine Feminine. Past, yes, Three of Cups, possibly third party energy, I don't know for sure. Present, Eight of Swords, feeling trapped, stuck, blocked energy is how Divine Masculine is closing out 2018. And then stepping into 2020, Queen of Wands. Wow. Either really feeling themselves and knowing what they want, or moving toward a Queen of Wands. I'll see it when I clarify. 2019 for Divine Feminine here, Taurus, is Queen of Swords. Seeking truth, telling truth. It was all about finding truth. Sort of operating from their head. Present energy, High Priestess. You may not be, if you are Divine Masculine, you may not be in connection with this Divine Feminine at the present time, because that is usually a card of going within and channeling and receiving guidance from higher dimensions, and not really communicating out here in the 3D very much. And moving forward, King of Swords. Wow. Queen of Swords, King of Swords for Divine Feminine. 2019, 2020. That's really interesting energy. Okay, so let me go ahead and clarify what we've got here. In the extended Taurus, I'm going to use a whole brand new deck, and I'm going through all 12 zodiac signs. I'm pulling a couple cards for each sign to sort of find out where they are energetically, and if they are a good fit for you, or at least, well, I mean, we all have free will, so even, you know, what I say doesn't matter, but at least you'll get a heads up on any energies that you may need to be aware of. Who's really open and receptive and ready to move forward with you in 2020. Okay, Five of Swords here for Divine Masculine. That, it sort of feels like an unfair fight. They're coming forward with this energy right now of either winning at all costs, or coming through an unfair fight, using underhanded tactics, manipulative tactics, whatever tactics they have to use to win, which means the victory is hollow. Nobody wins when people play games. So I'm not sure what that energy is about. Let me look at it. Why is Five of Swords here? Divine Masculine, Taurus energy in the reading for Taurus here. With regard to that third party. Whoa. Star energy on the bottom. Here's what I think. I think this Divine Masculine is saying, yeah, I had to get out of that third party situation by hook or crook, because my future depended on it, and I had to go in the direction of my true north. This is a wish granted. I feel this person really needed to get out of Dodge and did it by whatever means necessary in order to free themselves of something they didn't have any business belonging in. And and now they have these two paths before them. They're really taking a look at their future, choosing a path to follow. There isn't a right or wrong, but one is better than the other, and they are sort of following this divine guidance. This is a wish granted. I feel they're being given a second chance to some degree. Even though I'm not seeing that the Judgment card or the Six of Wands. That Two of Wands almost feels like, oh wow, I get a second chance to make a choice that's better for me. Past 2019, Three of Cups. Kind of have a feeling about this, don't you, Taurus? Yeah, that's really it. There was a lot of conflict here on the bottom of the deck. We have the five. It was endings and new beginnings is what this is about. Yeah, some chapter had to close with regard to a third party. There was a lot of conflict around it, but I think that's close. I don't know how closed out it is, only because I'm seeing this Eight of Swords next in, how this Divine Masculine is closing out 2019. I know 2019 was about endings and new beginnings with a third party involvement, and there was a lot of conflict around it. Eight of Swords here. Taurus, Divine Masculine, 2020. reading here. Present energy, closing out 2019. Eight of Swords, trapped in a prison of one's own making. Sure. Yeah. So Divine Masculine wants to lay down the burden here, is kind of juggling, weighing options, trying to figure their next best step out of this situation. There has been a lot of conflict. They already determined endings and new beginnings, and they're telling you here the third party's done. Boom. I'm doing whatever I have to do to get out of it. My future depends on it, and I'm following my true north, my star, and I'm holding out hope and faith that my wish will be granted. Present energy, they are feeling a little stuck. They are feeling a little stuck, but it's mainly they're overthinking things, and they are weighing their options, the pros and cons, and how to extract themselves from this situation is what I feel. It's like, how do I escape this? And they're ready to lay it down. They're ready to be done with that. This doesn't feel like it was so painful as it was just burdensome, right? It's just weighing on them heavily, and they're looking forward to laying that down. Future here for Taurus. Queen of Wands. What? I'm saying Taurus, I meant Divine Masculine. If the Divine Masculine happened, if Taurus, if you happen to be Divine Masculine, that's what I meant. If you're a Divine Masculine Taurus, you may be dealing with a Leo. Aries, Leo, Sag, Queen of Wands, emphasis on the Leo. Both cards came out. Wheel of Fortune and Hanged Man. These are both divine timing cards with regard to this energy of the Queen of Wands. I feel that I can read this either way. I may know more when I get over here. More may come out in the extended when that's what's been happening when I flip through the cards for all the zodiac. I kind of start to see who shows up in what energy, and then we know who we're dealing with, at least by this reading. I'm just delivering the messages. This Queen of Wands to me is someone who knows what they want and is ready to go get it. Suffers no fools. In the lower vibration, the Queen of Wands can be very bossy and sort of manipulative to get her way. I'm saying her because it's a queen. But high vibration, this is a passionate person. This is a very highly creative person, very magnetic, very captivating. You almost can't be in their energy without feeling drawn to them. So being that that's what's coming up in 2020, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Hanged Man, both energies. I mean, this is Sagittarius, Jupiter, and the Hanged Man is Pisces, Neptune. So we've got expansiveness and dreaminess. We've got sort of both going on at the same time, but they are both divine timing cards because the Hanged Man waits for the enlightenment, waits for a sign that they all clear to come down out of the hanged position. But this Wheel of Fortune moves forward, and here's the point. Because the wheel came out first and then the Hanged Man, I almost feel like the wheel doesn't move until the Hanged Man gets off the hanging post. So there is a little bit of tricky energy there. All right. I'm going to move over to Divine Feminine now. We have Strength card here and how they're stepping forward presently. If you are a Taurus Divine Feminine, you are stepping forward in this Leo energy of strength, perseverance, overcoming an obstacle, maybe getting a leg up, maybe getting some help. Strength card here. Divine Feminine Taurus reading. Well, I kind of like that. I feel that there's some indecision here with regard to what Divine Feminine wants to manifest. We have the Two of Wands here and the Three of Wands here, so that's placing the order and the ships coming in. I kind of like the energy here. I kind of feel that Divine Feminine is overcoming an obstacle, and that obstacle is their indecision. That's what they're saying here. And it's with regard to, what they're trying to manifest, what they're trying to draw toward them. Queen of Swords here in the past energy 2019. Queen of Swords for Divine Feminine. Why is the Queen of Swords here? I mean, she does... Seven of Pentacles is something with patience. Queen of Swords. Divine Feminine 2019 Taurus reading. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Wow. Look at all these pentacles. That's crazy. Well, that's Taurus energy. Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel in 2019, this Divine Feminine was on a fact-finding mission. Thank you very much. And they were real patient about it. Right? This is kind of crafty energy. This is very crafty. Planting the seeds and like laying the breadcrumbs and then finding out the truth of what you're really dealing with, being patient. It almost feels a little bit like trap setting, and I only say that because we have the Page of Swords after that. So I feel that this trap was I'm not going to call it a trap. The seeds were planted and breadcrumbs were scattered, and this Queen of Swords hung back, was very, very patient, and waited and watched. What did they watch? They watched somebody really working hard to build this Ten of Pentacles, this life. This is about the Taurus wanting to be sure that they're going to be stable and provided for. So I do feel that while this, energy is usually like the Queen of Swords asks a lot of questions. Yeah, sure, Divine Feminine may have asked a lot of questions in 2019, but what else Divine Feminine did was planted seeds and waited for some information to come in that would provide her a sense of stability. Kept an eye on things, kept an eye on Divine Masculine or whoever, and just watched for the work ethic, watched for the attention to detail, watched for stuff in the 3D that would indicate that this would be part of the path. Now they're in High Priestess mode. Divine Feminine ends 2019 in High Priestess mode. Well, I do feel that, I'll tell you what I think is happening here. I feel that Divine Masculine had bit off more than they could chew with regard to a third party. Thought they had it under control, clearly didn't. And I think that that's what Divine Feminine was watching for, was on a path, like on a mission to seek truth with regard to what was really going on, really looking for this person's, watching them on social media or keeping tabs through other people. And it's all about, is this person really working to create more stability, something more grounded and reliable? And I'm not sure that they got the answer they were looking for, because we have High Priestess here with Three of Swords, would indicate a total withdrawal due to some kind of broken heart or heartbreak. Page of Pentacles comes in. There's a small offer, something of stability, because that's what's important to Taurus. So if you are the Divine Feminine in this connection, Taurus, and you got your heart broken, you're pulled back as High Priestess, and you're really relying on your intuition, you're watching everything this person does, and you're hearing things that no one else hears, and you're taking, and I'm not saying you're delusional, I'm saying you're taking in information. You're highly intuitive and sensitive and reading and feeling the energies and taking all that in and communicating with higher consciousness and the higher dimensions to be sure that you know the best path for you. And you get this little offer of stability and you're like, I think you shut someone out. I think you end 2019 shutting someone out. I feel you feel a little abandoned, but I also feel like this little offer comes in for you and you're like, no, it's not enough. This is what I want. Don't give me a page. So I almost feel like but this card is translated both ways. A, this little offer comes in, you reject that person and shut them out in the cold. B, this little offer comes in and you feel it's not enough. I feel abandoned here. And it all has to come back. It all comes back to that Three of Cups. So 2020 for Taurus, King of Swords. Why is King of Swords here? That's high integrity, character, honesty, truth. That's a person who lives by a code. It's come up a lot in these 2020 readings, this one card. Card on the bottom is the page of, is the Three of Pentacles. Here's what I think happens with Divine Feminine, Taurus. If you're Divine Feminine, I'm talking to you. If it's your Divine counterpart, here's what I think. I think in 2020 they are seeking this high caliber individual. They are seeking a person of honesty, integrity, character. Someone who lives by a code of how they behave, that isn't going to fly in and out of third-party relationships or bring another person into the connection. No players, no liars, no cheaters. Nobody who, not even really this Queen of Wands energy. Nope. I want somebody who's crisp with their word. I'd rather have that than get a whole lot of passionate gobbledygook, right? They're ready for somebody of keen intelligence, high-minded ideals, values, morals. And until then, they're going to stay single. Nine of Pentacles. That's normally the card of Virgo, but it's still Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They're going to stay single. They don't want to have any illusions. They're not living in fantasy land. So this moon to them means if there are secrets, I'm out. I'm not living with any illusion that this is on stable ground. Then there's this little Page of Wands. Just a little flicker, a little fresh start of passion. And then they open up to possibly working together. So I kind of feel like 2020 starts out a little icy with Taurus, with Divine Feminine saying, yeah, I'm accepting no substitutions on this level of a person. This is the level, a standard to, that Divine Masculine has to live up to. Otherwise, I'm staying free and single because I will not delude myself. If if there are secrets, if there's stuff going on behind my back, I'm not playing. That's how 2020 starts off. Then there's this fresh little, energy of passion that comes in. And I feel at that point there's an opening to see if the two energies can work together. It's like coming together with spirit. You, me, spirit. Can we make this work? Can we bring it into the 3D? Can we make this? Can we work together to rise to this level? Eight of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. So I kind of feel like there's a little bit of a hiccup here. A little bit of a hiccup for Taurus. Here's what I like about it. What I like about it is that the Divine Masculine is stuck between a rock and a hard place and knows it. Is weighing very carefully the options, being very mindful of realities on the ground, and is ready to lay this burden down. That feels very good to me. That feels like they're aware. Like, yeah, this Three of Cups, this conflict thing, yeah, no, not going to be a part of that. Divine Feminine will have no part of that. Divine Masculine then moves into 2020, though, with fire and passion, and Divine Feminine comes in with cool, calm, collected, and wow. Now, this is air, and I'm going to flip them around, masculine, feminine. This is fire, this is air. Elementally, they are friendly and active. Those elements, like if it was fire and water, I'd say water puts out fire, you got a fizzle on your hands. But this feels very good to me. I feel that the energy of divine feminine here, what they're looking for in this person is the high character, the high integrity. What divine masculine is looking for in the feminine is passion. Tell me it's me that you want, and take passionate action. So there is just an interesting blend of energies between the two that might make this quite a stellar connection. But make no mistake, if you are divine masculine, this hangman stuff is going to have to go, because otherwise this wheel will not move in your favor. It might not move at all. If I'm speaking your storyline, you want to know how the rest of it falls out, you can follow me to the extended links below, where I will examine all 12 zodiac signs and tell you what's going on with them. And then we'll shift into some numerology and the wisdom keepers, and we'll wrap up with the romance angels. So thank you for joining me, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos. Happy 2020.